Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today I have for you an Ancient Gear Artifact hybrid. This deck is really cool. It's not an upgrade to Ancient Gear, it's just a different way of running it. Basically you have your standard Ancient Gear engine, you know, 3 Gear Town, double reactor, triple Wyvern. I don't know if triple Fortress is standard, but in this build you need the triple Fortress, double Galaxy Cyclone, and then 1 double Cyclone alongside the trusty enemy controller. Sometimes 1 enemy controller, 1 Treacherous works, but I just went with the Econ because my Treacherous might not survive my artifacts. For the artifacts we have the boy Lancia that can stop anything. We can send this from our hand to the graveyard to stop our opponent from banishing. Well, we also cannot banish for the rest of the turn. Really good against Shiranui, really good against Invoked, really good against Magical Ice Fusion. So those are the things that can directly be countered by Artifact Lancia. Not to mention you can set it and, you know, destroy it during your opponent's turn with like a double Cyclone or something, and then summon it on the field. But the main boy, the main artifact we're running, it's Artifact Vajra. I don't know how you pronounce this. But anyway, this guy, it's really cool. It's just like any other artifact. You can set it in the spell and trap zone. If it gets destroyed during your opponent's turn, you get to special summon it. But also, the important thing is it says, when an opponent monster declares a direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand. And when this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, you destroy all spell and trap cards on your side of the field. It will not destroy your field spell, which kind of sucks, but it will destroy your Ancient Gear Fortress, and that's why we want to run 3 of them. Ancient Gear Fortress is going to let you special summon Reactor Dragon from the hand or the graveyard, or, you know, if you don't have the Reactor, you'll special summon a Wyvern, hopefully, and then Wyvern can search for your Reactor for the follow-up play. So that's why I didn't go with Treacherous, because at least my Econs I can chain if I need to, you know, when everything's getting blown up. But yeah, this card is really cool. It has decent defense, 1800 attack. There's also times where having a tribute monster is really good, if especially in the kind of meta we are right now, where everyone's running Floodgate. So there were those where like my Reactor Dragon was floodgated, so I just tribute over with Vash, and then I was able to use my Galaxy Cyclone to destroy either a Gear Town or an Ancient Gear Fortress, resummon that Reactor Dragon. So it works well, but in the normal Ancient Gear build you would run the 3 Breaker, which is probably going to be better for you in the long run. It's a 4-star you can normal summon, you can destroy back row before you go into your own place. Although stopping a direct attack can come in pretty handy, as you will see in a couple of these duels. But yeah, let's go ahead and show you some replays. So this is like my third, I think it's my 3rd video. Maybe my 4th, I can't remember, from 2020, and I gotta tell you, this is my second one, my second recording of the day, and it does feel good getting back into the groove of things. So hopefully I can keep this up for a little bit. Now here is where I'm kind of a forehead. I set my Gear Town thinking that I could destroy it with Vash, but I can't. All I can do is stop a direct attack. If I summon this, all I'm doing is destroying my Ancient Gear Castle, which is not ideal, but whatever. I didn't want to put a Reactor Dragon on the field, even though I had the Galaxy Cyclone. And setting the Fortress does nothing because I don't have anything in my hand or graveyard. So at worst, we're in danger of getting OTK'd and we have to use our artifact, but doesn't even go for the attack. So we're gonna go double Cyclone immediately, destroy an enemy controller, which is pretty clutch. And how do we get rid of both monsters? Well, how about we tribute for Vash, activate Galaxy Cyclone, get my boy Reactor back onto the field. And this is what I was talking about. This is why I love having that tribute monster in hand when available. And easy dub. That's kind of short. Some of these duels I don't I don't exactly remember. But this deck was really good. It has good, decent matchups. Dark Magician is kind of tricky. If they're smart, they can stop you before you get going. But if you have your Fortress, then the Circle can't target your Reactor Dragon. It's going to be hard for them to get over 3,000 attacks. So it's not the worst matchup. Here we're going up against Ultimate Stall, 30 card Endless Trap Hell. So we're just going to take this, you know, slowly. We're not really super scared about the back row because our Reactor Dragon is going to be able to destroy all that back row as we attack. So we're going to Tribute or Castle. He goes for a Curse of Anubis. Alright, fine. Let's try again. Canadian. Alright, fine. Again, no threat. Eventually, he's going to run out of back row. And he's not going to be able to stop my attacks. We're going to go ahead and double cycle him here. Get rid of that Dimensional Prison. Special summon from the deck. Flip. It's going to hit me with a Windstorm. I'm like, alright. You're going to need a Lava Golem to be a threat. Activates Endless Trap Hell. Gets a Canadian back. And once again, we're going to go for set. There's the Canadian, but he finally ran out of cards that can stop me, so we're just going to go ahead and attack with Reactor Dragon. Destroy one of the back row. Unfortunately, I missed and I hit the Floodgate, so I attack into a Wall of D. This is a perfect scenario for him. But it doesn't matter. As long as he doesn't draw the Lava Golem, we're in good shape. We're in an Econ Take, Tribute for Bash. Now I can switch my Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. Dark Resonator, get rid of the back row. Another Deep Prison, get rid of the Resonator. No Lava Golem for him. Get rid of that back row. Get rid of the monster. And at this point it's too late. Even a Lava Golem won't save him. I didn't want to attack into like a Tragigodia or whatever it's called, even though it didn't matter. He gets the Lava Golem, but too little, too late. I'm going to go ahead and Tribute for Lancia and hit him for the 17. So yeah, this this was pretty much no contest from the get-go, because Ancient Gears specialize in not caring about back row. So worst matchup for my opponent, but we take it. And here you're going to see some of the synergy that I was talking about. I actually remember this duel. Especially because the guy was using a very similar deck to what I faced on the last video as well. So we're going first. We're going to go ahead and set and normal summon our Ancient Gear Wyvern. Wyvern is going to search for Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, so if we're in danger of getting OTK'd, we can special summon our Vash. Destroy our Fortress and summon the Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. So it's gonna go for Magical Ice Fusion. Good thing we have Lancia. Sir, you may not banish, and that is particularly clutch because the deck, other than enemy controller, does not have a way to get over the Quintet Magician. So he goes for the direct attack using the Bewitching Phantom Thief. Vash to destroy everything. Fortress special summon Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. Top deck a Gear Town, and we're good to go. So this is particularly crushing for him. His back row was not activatable before I declare my attack. The reason being is because he needed 5 spellcasters in the graveyard. He only has 4. The other 2 are on the field. So we're gonna destroy the Magician of Black Chaos. Now he has the 5 spellcasters he needs. But at this point, my Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon is not given the priority back. He's gonna destroy the Gear Town, and before he gets priority to activate anything, we get to declare our attack. And guess what the card was? Necrofusion. So he would have been able to summon the Quintet Magician and blow my field up. Luckily, Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon does not let him activate anything until after the damage step. At that point, I get to declare my attack first, and we take the win. I'm sure 90% of you knew about that interaction already, but for the 10% that didn't know, that's why he couldn't activate it. Alright, next we have a Yami Yugi. and we're going up against Dark Lords. So Dark Lord is no longer the most horrible matchup for Ancient Gears. It used to be bad because of beatdown. You could beat down over any Ancient Gear monster. Now, other than Desire, they have a really hard time outing your Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. So he's gonna get the Sanctified double monster. Now what I did here is key. We're going to set a Galaxy Cyclone and set a Gear Town, because obviously after you activate Wyvern's effect, you cannot set cards anymore. I knew he was gonna Sanctify, so I have my Econ prepared. With an Econ take right here, my effect is going to go through. So we stole the Eggshell, we got our Ancient Gear Fortress, and we still have our Cyclone Gear Town. You know what that means? That means we got a game. And he knows it too, because this Gear Town is going to special summon an Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. I'm going to flip the Eggshell to attack position, get rid of this, hit him for 33, destroy my Ancient Gear Fortress, summon my second Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, hit him for 33. And even if I didn't have this Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, my Wyvern was going to be big enough to finish the rest of his life points. I'm telling you all this because as soon as my reactor hits the field, we get the scoop. And then last but not least, I was able to sneak in a Dark Magician matchup. Now granted, my opponent misplayed. My opponent, I don't know exactly what my opponent was trying to do, but you guys shall see his mistake. We're going second, which really sucks against Dark Magician. If they're able to set up a circle navigation, you're in such bad shape, because they're going to be able to banish whatever you try to summon. And then during their turn, they're going to have the navigation in the graveyard to negate any spell trap. So we're going to set both the Ancient Gear Fortress and Galaxy Cycle. Excuse me. So my plan was, maybe he'll banish my Ancient Gear Wyvern, or maybe he'll blindly banish my Ancient Gear Fortress. There's a flaw in my plan, because now I can't set my Gear Town. So this is where things were supposed to go bad for me, but my opponent, it's a forehead. He doesn't activate anything here. So now I'm going to activate my Galaxy Cyclone. I'm like, whatever, he's going to banish my Reactor Dragon. Well, he changed navigation, and he had to either activate navigation before I used my Cyclone, or wait until the Cyclone, or wait until the Fortress, excuse me, had resolved. By doing this, his circle is going to activate at the same time as my Fortress, so he's not going to be able to banish the Reactor Dragon. He has to target something beforehand. Doesn't even go for the Wyvern for whatever reason. We're going to activate a Fortress, so now he can't target either of my Ancient Gears, and we're going to be able to clear his entire board. Other than Circle, but Circle is not a threat without navigation, and for him to have a navigation, he has to wait at least a turn. So we're going to destroy the back row, the unknown back row instead, which was just a bluff Eye of Timaeus. Top decks into nothing, and we get the win. Feels good, man. As I mentioned in the last video, that last deck I played was a particularly bad matchup. Dark Magician was a bad matchup for that deck, so it felt good to take a little bit of revenge using this deck. That I think it's really fun, man. I wish Artifacts had a little bit more going for them, so that they could be more of their own archetype, which they have. They have plenty of monsters that can do that. We just don't have all of them yet, so I'm looking forward to what they do with Artifacts going forward. But for right now, Lancia is super good in any deck, and you know, the other ones will find their utility. But anyway, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want, and until next time.